And good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Callahan. Tonight on the Now Bakersfield, we're continuing to follow that breaking news out of South Bakersfield right here, where we have a live crew on the scene of the latest developments in a shooting that has turned deadly, likely the first of the new year. And of course, it's the start of a new year. You may have a New Year's resolution. We speak with locals about what they want to accomplish in 2019. Plus, more on that legal battle with the president's partial government shutdown and what Democrats are now proposing. That all now ahead on Now Bakersfield. Here's Annie.
Top in today's lineup here on the Now, one woman is telling our investigative team that she was in for a big surprise when she leased a dog. We have her warning for anyone else thinking about trying this out. And asking for a raise can be very intimidating, so one company is giving employees a different opportunity so that they can get a raise. We check out how it works. And then a woman crediting her dog for saving her life. Doctors explain how her furry friend was able to detect cancer. That's only here on the Now.
Good evening. We're continuing to follow that breaking news right now out of South Bakersfield tonight on the Now Bakersfield, where police are investigating a shooting that has turned deadly. It's likely the first homicide of 2019 here in Kern County. The Now's Eliza Navarro is live at that scene near South H and Plans with the very latest. Eliza?
That's right, Tim. Now, according to the Bakersfield Police Department, they responded to a shooting at around 4 o'clock this evening here in South Bakersfield. It happened on H Street and Plans Road. Now, when they did get here, in fact, there was a man, 43-year-old male, who suffered multiple gunshot wounds. Now, he was being transported to the hospital in the ambulance, but unfortunately, he was pronounced deceased on the way there. So he did die. He did not make it. He was the only victim. Right now, the police are still investigating. They're still on scene. They are looking for the suspect or suspects. They don't know how many people are involved in this. So right now they are investigating. Right now the scene is not as active outside. The ambulance has left already. There are just a couple of police cars, but like I said, they are still investigating, trying to figure out who is the suspect who committed this crime. Now, as of now, no one inside of the apartment complex is allowed to leave or get out. And if we have any more information, we will be sure to update you guys on our website or on our Facebook page. And right now, also, H Street has been opened up, so there is no traffic. So if people are coming through, they will be able to do so. That is all the information that we have right now, live in South Bakersfield. For the Now, Eliza Navarro, 23 ABC.
Eliza, thanks for that. On a much lighter note, you either love or hate them. New Year's resolutions, for many, it means a goal for better fitness in the new year, perhaps kicking a bad habit. Well, the Now's Daniela Garrido went out to see how many of us plan to commit to those New Year's resolutions.
Out with the old.
This year wasn't all that, but 2019 has to look better for us.
And in with the new. For many, the new year is a time to do exactly what it says, something new. Whether it's a new habit, a new job, or a new friend, New Year, New Me is on almost everyone's mind.
My New Year's resolution is to be more intentional about speaking to my family who lives all over the country. So I'm not great about keeping in touch with people. So that's my resolution.
And while some may be a little cynical toward the holiday tradition,
I never make them because I always break them.
Most people are just hoping the new year brings them health.
Keep working on good health and happiness.
For me, health is more important than anything.
But health, without health, none of it's worth it, right? Happy New Year.
And no matter what age you are, there always seems to be some hope for change come January 1st.
Be a better sister to my brother and my sister and take good care of them.
And who knows, it could be your year.
It's just a matter of time before that one song catches and Bakersfield has another star. D-Loc, here I am.
Well, depending on how hard you celebrated last night, you may or may not be observing what's called National Hangover Day. It's today, National Hangover Day, each year, of course, the 1st of January. Wonder what you were doing last night. It's likely you're feeling all the effects of that champagne you drank while ringing in the new year. You know the symptoms. I won't go over them too much in detail. The pounding headache, the nausea, if it sounds like you today. Observe National Hangover Day by getting a lot of rest, ordering dinner in, maybe Uber Eats or DoorDash, and hydrating with some healthy fluids. Well, it's a free-for-all. That's how one man described the situation at Yosemite National Park. Unlike previous shutdowns, the Trump administration has been leaving parks open to visitors despite skeleton staffing there. But some of the West's iconic parks being forced to partially close as they deal with overflowing restrooms, illegal off-roading, even vandals striking there. Rocky Mountain National Park closing restrooms and locking up their trash bins now. Yosemite and Joshua Tree National Parks are both closing some campgrounds, and at Yellowstone, private companies have picked up some of the maintenance normally done by federal workers. Well, some lucky person will start off this year with a bang, hopefully winning a fortune. That's because the big prize for the Mega Millions New Year's Day drawing is now a whopping $425 million. The cash option standing at $255 million. You still have time to get the ticket until 7:45 tonight. You can buy one. The drawing is at 8 o'clock. The drawing will be the 5th time Mega Millions has been drawn on the first day of the year. A Mega Millions jackpot was won once on the New Year Day. That was back in 2008. Now here's Annie.
Cute dogs can be very hard to resist, but I think we all know they're not always affordable, especially if they're a luxury breed. Pet stores know that too, so they're offering something that's called pet leasing. Investigative reporter Jace Larson found out not everyone knows what they're getting themselves into when they decide to finance their new furry friend.
Look at those cute faces. Don't they just pull at your heartstrings?
I was petting her for like several weeks.
Well, that's what happened to Victoria Caruth. She managed a salon near the pet store in the mall.
To go de-stress, I would go pet the dogs.
And that's when she fell in love with Duchess, a Yorkie who's just cute as a button.
I was like, you know what, I'm going to take you home.
Duchess came with a hefty price tag, $1,600. Caruth couldn't afford that, but never fear, the pet store offered financing.
She's like, okay, you know, put your initials here, and she's flipping pages. And, of course, I'm all excited.
Caruth took Duchess home, and that's when her husband asked to see all of the paperwork.
It kind of blew up. You're leasing this dog?
That's right. Caruth had leased her dog for 2 years, and with interest, was paying almost triple what the original price of the dog was.
And at the end of it, you either give the dog back or pay a lump sum of almost $300.
A balloon payment.
I would never give her back. You know, so of course I'm going to pay that lump sum.
Well, now this is a cautionary tale. We need to be careful what we're agreeing to. Jennifer Waller is the COO of the Colorado Bankers Association.
I would stress to any borrower, know before you owe. Read the fine print.
She says there are some common terms to look for. Look for the terms loan, lease, and APR. A lease means you're paying for the right to use something, but you'll have to give it back at the end. A loan is financing to own an item. The letters APR stand for annual percentage rate. That's how much you're paying for the financing.
Read the documents, ask questions, and shop around. Make sure you're getting a product that meets your needs.
A 20% interest rate is high when you compare it to some credit cards, which average about 16%. Student loans are in the 7% range, and home loans less than 5%. Waller suggests some key things to search for when you're looking at that financing.
What you want to pay attention to is, one, your interest rate, your monthly payment. Is there a balloon payment, meaning a larger payment at the end of the loan?
Most importantly, when you're faced with a cute face,
never make a financial decision based on an emotional response.
Caruth learned her lesson the expensive way.
Just beware when they offer to finance, you know, your purchase of your new puppy.
A high price, but it is her new best friend. Jace Larson, The Now.
Thanks, Jace. Well, next in our lineup, money, I think we can all agree, stresses everyone out. But nobody talks about the toll it actually takes on your health. So we're getting some perspective here on The Now. The holidays are a time when people tend to overspend, but money tends to cause anxiety all year long. A Northwestern Mutual study shows nearly half of us say money is our main source of stress, and it's having an effect on our overall health. All that worrying is making our stomachs hurt. More than a quarter of people who are concerned about their finances complain about things like digestive issues. The survey also shows stress is giving us heart trouble. People going through tough financial times are twice as likely to report having a heart attack than those who are financially stable. And losing sleep isn't just a figure of speech when it comes to money trouble either. More than half of both men and women say money worries keep them up at night. Lack of sleep can also contribute to all sorts of other problems, from high blood pressure to obesity to anxiety, none of which will be good for you if you're already worried about money.
Well, the Federal Employees Union is suing the government because the partial shutdown is forcing some workers to clock in without pay. About 420,000 essential workers are still reporting to work, but many not getting paychecks. So the American Federation of Government Employees is taking the nation to court. The union says the work without pay requirement violates the Federal Labor Standards Act. Employees considered essential include Border Patrol, ICE agents, as well as TSA officers. Meanwhile, the House plans to vote on a funding bill to reopen the government when Dems take control of the chamber tomorrow. The plan consists of two bills. The first would fully fund agencies like the Interior Department, the IRS, for 1 year. The second bill would extend Homeland Security funding at current levels through February 8th, including $1.3 billion for fencing, but not funding for the president's border wall. By splitting off the Homeland Security bill, Dems are hoping to open the door to negotiations, but they're also daring the president to keep the shutdown going over his funding for a proposed border wall. Well, the super blood wolf moon sounds like something from a TV show, but it's real and rare, and it happens this month. Watch for it early on January 21st. Each month's full moon is called something different. January is a wolf moon. This month's full moon is also a supermoon, which the moon is, that's when it's closer than usual to Earth. It's also a blood moon, or a total lunar eclipse. Together, they make a super blood wolf moon. The next time you'll be able to see the super blood wolf moon is 2036. Now a super cool forecast from Allison.
Yeah, we are tracking very chilly temperatures this evening across the county due to these clearing skies. There is a hard freeze warning that begins at 10 p.m. tonight and will be continuing until 9 in the morning on Wednesday. So temperatures are going to be at or below 32 degrees. 31 is actually the low here in Bakersfield, but some outlying cities in the valley could be reaching that 27-degree mark. So you will be seeing frost as we head into the early morning hours. But then each day as we head into the rest of the work week and into the weekend, lows are going to be right back up to the 30s, even 40s. That is all due to high pressure that will be moving in on Wednesday, continuing till Friday. Our high in Bakersfield on Friday actually going to be 63 degrees, so above normal for this time of year, which is at around 55. But unfortunately, as temperatures slowly increase, so does our air quality. We are going to be in the upper portion of the moderate range with an AQI of 95 tomorrow, and there's no burning unless with a registered device. But we can see those temperatures slowly increasing, going to be in those upper 60s, the warmest day of the week on Friday. But we are tracking a system that's going to be pushing into the county Saturday afternoon through the evening hours into the early morning hours on Sunday. So 50% chance of rain for us here in Bakersfield. But good news, Alta Sierra, it will be open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So we are tracking the chance to see some fresh snow making its way into the higher elevations overnight on Saturday into the early morning hours on Sunday. It's also going to be dropping temperatures down to the 50s here in Bakersfield. And now Bakersfield will be right back.
1 in every 78 women have ovarian cancer in the country. 70% of women will see the disease return, but there's no official test for early detection. But one woman from Wisconsin says, thanks to her dog, she didn't need one. The Now's Nicole Vowell has her incredible story.
Go, get it. Got her when she was 9 months old. Bring it back, come on.
Sierra is more than Stephanie Herfel's best friend.
I just didn't really understand what dogs' capabilities might be.
She credits her Siberian Husky for saving her life.
I was diagnosed with stage 3C ovarian cancer.
Back in 2013, Stephanie started experiencing some symptoms, but didn't know what was going on.
I had the bloating where my pants were very uncomfortable, and I also had some urinary tract infections that became fairly consistent, where I had a doctor just prescribe an antibiotic over the phone and didn't even ask to come and see me. Good girl.
Feeling dismissed by her doctors, around the same time, Sierra started acting strange. She started sniffing Stephanie's stomach.
I initially thought I had a little bit of food on my clothes because I thought maybe she was smelling some extra crumbs or something.
Then Sierra did something she'd never done before.
She went to the back, the room that was farthest away from me. She went behind the clothes in the closet and curled up in a very small ball.
Something told Stephanie to make an appointment.
Based on her behavior, that I should probably follow up with an actual gynecologist to see if there was something else going on.
And something else was going on. It was ovarian cancer. Stephanie went through chemotherapy and was in remission for about a year. Then Sierra stepped in once more.
And I called my oncology team, and I said that Sierra's hiding again.
And sure enough,
and again, there it was ovarian cancer.
The cancer came back 2 separate times, but it seems Sierra knew early on.
At least preliminary studies show that dogs are very good at this.
Oncologist David Kushner says no matter how she found out the cancer returned, he's glad she did.
The dog reacted that way, 2 other times, and was really the way we knew that the cancer came back, I think is really remarkable.
There is no early detection test for ovarian cancer, and that's where research is needed and funding is needed to do that research.
Now Stephanie is an advocate for ovarian cancer research, and she has Sierra to thank for keeping her here to enjoy life cancer-free. For the Now, I'm Nicole Vowell reporting.
Thanks, Nicole. Well, with a new year comes new hope. At least that's what some medical experts are promising. The Cleveland Clinic has announced the top medical innovations of 2019. Here's Kamasi Aaron with what we can expect.
Doctors around the country are hoping more people use alternative therapies for pain, including gene testing. The Cleveland Clinic says gene testing can actually be used to find pain-relieving drugs that are appropriate for patients, and this could provide other alternatives to opioids. We also keep hearing about artificial intelligence. Experts say AI will help physicians make decisions, help them with the screening process, and figure out big amounts of data. And this ultimately will help burnout in doctors. And then there's robots. They're not taking over, but they are helping out surgeons. Robots will be especially helpful in the operating room by helping doctors be extremely precise during surgery. Patients will be more likely to see a shorter recovery time and less pain. 3D printing is also expected to become more common in 2019. 3D printing technology will help doctors match medical devices to fit patients perfectly. Patient-specific products will also lower the risk of complication. Patients with external prosthetics and cranial and orthopedic implants will likely benefit the very most from 3D printing.
Thanks, Kamasi. Well, finally in our lineup, asking for a raise, it can be intimidating. So one company is giving employees a different opportunity so that they can get a raise. We're checking out how it works. That's here on the Now. With a new year, some of us may be hoping for a new, higher salary. But by asking for it, it can be really tough. And one company gives out raises differently than most. The Now's Nicole Vowell shows us how this company is doing a lot of things differently.
So we all sit at a different desk every day, all kinds of game machines, a napping couch.
Inside this old church in St. Petersburg, Florida, is Square Mouth Travel Insurance Company.
As far as the insurance industry, I would assume that this is not the norm at all.
I'd say so. They even have a bar, offer unlimited paid vacations, and a $200 cash bonus every year on your birthday.
We just want a really relaxed environment where you're happy, you enjoy coming to work.
Megan Moncrief works in marketing. She's been here 5 years and says the most unique thing about this company is how they ask for a raise.
Our core value is you think it's time for a raise, prove it. So we'll sit down, kind of talk through it. I'll give my presentation. Everyone has an opportunity to ask any questions they have, and then I leave and they vote.
Outside of merit-based and cost of living raises, the way to ask for more money here is ask everyone and leave it to the majority to decide.
But what's really cool about it is we require everyone to give not only a vote, but a reason to support their vote.
They call it a peer raise request, and any of the 40 employees here can ask for one at any time.
If you think it's time, you think that you've proven yourself, literally the next day you can ask for a raise.
And if someone votes no, Moncrief says there's no hard feelings, just harder work to get a yes.
It's because it's a tough deal. You know, you've got to go and stand in front of your peers and tell them why you want to raise.
CEO Chris Harvey says since the company started in 2003, the goal was to be different.
We want everybody to pull together, everybody to be a team, and it's pretty important at that stage that everybody knows how much everybody earns.
According to a study this year by PayScale, 2/3 of Americans have never asked for a raise. Harvey says here, that's not a problem.
People can be involved and push them forward and make them go and get one.
Here, the happiness of employees is what Harvey says makes the difference.
I think by focusing on quality and making sure everybody's happy here, we just tend to grow.
That happiness, he says, only pushes employees to work harder and prove themselves to earn what they think they're worth.
You're in control of your own destiny.
For the Now, I'm Nicole Vowell reporting.
Coming up tonight on 23 ABC News 11 back here at home, a deadly lion attack at a North Carolina zoo. For the first time, we're hearing the dramatic 911 call made by a 22-year-old intern attacked by that lion, the escape that happened there. That story and much more coming up tonight on 23 ABC News at 11. Until then, a chilly night around Kern County.
Very chilly night and a chilly start to 2019. This is from our 23 ABC weather watcher, James Marshall. This was just outside his backyard in the early morning hours. So an icy morning, and we can expect that again overnight. But then afternoon temperatures slowly going to be warming up to 59 degrees on Thursday, in the 60s on Friday. And then we are tracking a system bringing some rain and snow chances this weekend. So Alta Sierra open Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Very excited.
You may go up there and do a little skiing.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Perfect. All right, that's it for us here on the Now Bakersfield. We'll see you tonight on 23 ABC News at 11. Good night.